right, everybody, welcome to the Work Hard, Play Hard podcast, where we talk about all things real estate, finance, and investing. Today, we're super excited because we have Tanisia Davis and Chaz Williams. They're both from the Brick by Brick real estate team. Tanisia was the Rookie of the Year at Keller Williams last year, in 2019, and now the founder and broker of Brick by Brick, which has taken the industry by storm. And today we're going to learn a little bit more about Brick by Brick and what they're all about. Thanks for being here, guys. We're excited to have you.
Yeah,
So
we're excited to be here.
So let's talk a little bit about your backgrounds and stuff like that. Tell us, just a little bit about yourself. Why don't you go first, Tanisia, and then
Sure.
And then we'll have Chaz go.
Awesome. So I've been in the industry for about 8 years now.
Okay.
I thought by watching HGTV you would inherit skills. And so I started with my first flip. We did investment properties. We did rentals. We're up here in Bluffdale now. I started Brick by Brick Real Estate 2 years ago. I was at Keller Williams at the time. I recently moved to EXP about 2 months ago, and that's where I met Chaz. And essentially, I was a single agent running Brick by Brick on my own up until really 2 months ago when I decided to branch out into a team. And I came to EXP. We have a private network, and I reached out and I said, hey, this is what my company is about. This is what we're looking to do. Who's interested? And we had a really sketchy meeting of me accidentally blocking half of a virtual audience and changing locations and all of the things, but we pulled it off, and now we're just kind of rolling from there.
Love it.
I've been in real estate since July of last year. I was on my own for up until October a couple months ago. I saw Tanisia reach out, and I was just looking for a good mentor and someone that would connect and understand me, and so I just thought that it was a good fit but I love it so far. We've been just rolling pretty hard the past couple weeks, and it's just me and my wife. We've got a couple dogs, and I got into real estate because we bought a condo about 2 years ago, and I just loved the process, and then I wanted to learn more about it, and then decided to make a career out of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're lucky to have them.
So I'll stay with you, Chaz. What drew you to Brick by Brick?
Well, so it was basically joining the team. You could build a pocket, which would essentially take over all of your marketing, because I could throw tens of thousands of dollars at marketing and get nowhere. But Tanisia already had this great system set up. She's got magazines, she's got a Facebook group, tons of activities throughout the year, and she's already got it basically ready
Dialed
to go. And
sure.
So all I had to do was pick where I wanted to focus, and then slowly grow it myself and put it into place there.
So, Tanisia, you've obviously been able to grow Brick by Brick pretty quick.
Yeah.
What would you say is, what's drawn agents to you? What do you think? I guess we just heard from Chaz,
Sure.
and so but what do you think the reason agents want to work there?
I feel like it's a really authentic way to grow, in the sense of, for me personally, I don't like to be in everyone's face of hey, I'm your agent, use me, or just aggressive in that nature. So to touch on a couple of things that Chaz was saying, we have our community magazine, and that's 100% dictated by our community. So they vote on the content. We have a junior business section. If you scan their QR code, it literally takes you to their own website where,
nice.
We have Derek Sturdy Jobs. He'll pick up your dog poop and clean your windows. These are real kids in my neighborhood. We have a support your neighbor section of over 100 different adults that have businesses within my community. And then on the event side, we just finished doing heart attacks, where you cut out hearts and put them on doors, and kind of Secret Service things. We're in the middle of Shamrocks, where you paint rocks and they're hidden out throughout the community that kids can go and find and whatnot. And then we're getting ready to do our Easter egg hunt. So all of these kind of have this beautiful system that waterfall into each other, from an isolated private Facebook group to our community magazine to our events, to where, for me personally, I fell in love with the community side. I fell in love with growing that aspect. And so the easiest way for me to focus on that was to find agents who wanted the production, right? Because I got to the point to where my phone would ring from someone who attended an Easter egg hunt, or that I've had a genuine relationship over the past 2 years that maybe I wasn't aware of, right? And now they're ready to buy or sell. They know I have a professional company. They want to use me. And so if I have an agent in Orem or wherever Chaz is at or wherever they may be, I can kind of teach them to build this system, and I can support their magazine. I can create their groups. I can do all the systems that he was talking about that are plug and play, but I want them to be in the driver's seat. I want them to have, the recognition, their faces on the cover of the magazine, or really on the back of it, because our community's on the front. But yeah, that's kind of all of the pieces that fit together.
So is that, maybe also why you wanted to do the team then? Is that,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess so you could focus kind of on big picture then? And
Sure. I kind of had an aha moment. I have a sister-in-law who lives in LA, and I gave her a copy of our magazine, and I said, hey, can you help proofread this for me? And she just had a comment oh, this would be so cool if this was in my community. I don't know who my neighbors are. I don't know what's going on. I would love to get my kids involved, but just the community wasn't the same where she was at. I mean, LA compared to Utah, completely different animals, right?
Yes.
And I kind of had this aha moment. I'm like, wait a minute, why couldn't this be in LA? Why couldn't this be anywhere? And what's incredible with EXP, it's a worldwide brokerage, and they have spread everywhere. So I was just thinking, I'm like, there's no reason why this type of model can't be applicable to anyone nationwide. And if I can find agents who are wanting to have production and grow in the same way, and one of the things I told Chaz from the beginning was, this is not a lead-based company. I'm not funneling you people. We are creating genuine relationships. We're having the time of our lives. I threw a carnival because my oldest kids are 8 and 6 and 3, and they thought it would be a fun idea, right? But I have a different agent out in, she's in Florida, and she used to be homeless, and so she wants to do something for the homeless community. I'm like, that's fantastic. That's your carnival, right?
Sure.
And so having this structure is applicable to whoever's in the driver's seat and what their priorities are, and it all kind of stems back to the community and growth and giving back. And as a byproduct and being in real estate, we're able to help people pursue their dreams on that front as well.
So are all your agents in the communities they're in doing these magazines and stuff like that?
Yep.
So how many do you have then, I guess?
So as of right now with EXP and we're 60 days in?
Yeah.
We have 10 region leaders. We're down from soon to be St. George all the way up to Davis County, Tooele.
Top of Davis.
Yeah. And it's really fun and exciting now. I have 3 new covers of magazines, and we do community magazine competitions. So everyone submits their own photos of their community. So again, from cover to cover, it's just getting everyone involved, and it's been a lot of fun. So we move really quickly.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of kind of balls that are in the air, but I wake up every morning, I'm excited, and I love what I do. And so if I can help someone do the same, that's kind of the goal.
Which you can tell if somebody enjoys what they do, right?
Sure.
I mean, if they don't, then it's more of a chore.
Yeah.
And kind of thing, right?
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. When I started Brick by Brick in general, I kind of made myself a promise that if this becomes a job, if this overrides my family, if this skews my priorities, I'm going to quit. It's not going to be worth it.
Sure.
And in me kind of transitioning to EXP and starting a team was my way of being able to make it last. I realized as a single agent, owning my own company was great, but if I stopped selling real estate or if I took a step back, my business was dead and it didn't mean anything.
Sure.
And so this was kind of my step of, I guess, leaving a legacy, and for lack of a better term, and really just having the world as a playground. I'm like, what can I do? And Brick by Brick is a result of that. So I'm like, how big can it get? What are we capable of? And that's exciting to me.
That is awesome. Okay. Well, so along these same lines, what other things what other things are things that you guys bring to your clients and stuff to add value to their life? I mean, I guess you've kind of already answered this a little bit and stuff like that.
Sure.
So you can just say, hey, we already answered that, Ryan. But
give me your next question, Ryan. Come on.
Yeah.
You do better.
Let's move on. But I mean, yeah. What other things do you do?
Sure.
So,
I think what's really fun for me is Chaz is newer to the industry, and coming in, I get to mentor him.
Sure.
And so this market, as we all know, is crazy. But I'm so excited. I'm very competitive in nature, and so I'm like, all right, Chaz, like we're gonna go, we're gonna negotiate, we're gonna, and everything's kind of in a group setting. So when we're working with clients, they have access to me, they have access to Chaz. We're on a group chat. Our communication is looped in. We have you guys, our lending partners, also looped into that as well. So we really create this team to where the clients are a part of it, right? And they're in the driver's seat. So they get to dictate, what partners they want there as far as title, and we're just there to help them reach their goals. So it's nice because I don't live in Orem, but Chaz does. And so through working with him, we're kind of able to extend our reach, extend the level of customer service that we have. And it's all done at, the highest level that we're capable of providing, which has been really rewarding. I mean, we have over 20 different reviews through Brick by Brick, and all of our clients are at 5-star. They're really happy with us, and just the referral network has been evidence that we're doing a good job, which is great.
Okay. Well, good job answering that question, even though like I said, part of what you'd already done. But
sure.
All right, let's shift gears a little bit. So, you mentioned the market. Market is crazy right now, right? I mean, it's I've been doing loans for 15 years, never seen anything like this, right? Guys that have been doing it longer, nothing like it. I mean, it's a very different market. So what would you say to people that are, sitting on the sidelines kind of thinking like, hey, I'm just going to wait out this market, wait till things are normal? What do you say to that person, which obviously I can see why, right?
Sure.
Hey, it's crazy, so I'm just going to sit out. Thoughts on that? What would you say to them?
I think they're missing out, honestly, because sure, the prices are higher than they've been, but the projections are that they're going to skyrocket even more. So if they get into it now, the interest rates are pretty prime. Like, they've gone up a little bit over the past year, but they're still lower than they've really been for a long time. And if they can get in now, then they're looking at 30% appreciation over the next 5 years. That's what the reports are saying. And I think that's just free money. Like, it's obviously not free because you have to pay your mortgage, but you're already going to be paying your rent, which is going nowhere. So I just think it's really an awesome time to get into real estate.
So you're saying, hey, still worth it to buy. I mean, values have gone up a lot, but still heading in that direction kind of thing.
100%.
I mean, I feel like I can piggyback off that as well, in the sense of, if you look at any real estate graph, right, if you are in it really close, it's going to have its peaks and valleys. That's inevitable. But take a couple steps back, the upward trajectory is consistent. And I always kind of just put the client first, in the sense of what are your goals? Aside from the market, what do you want to accomplish? What does that long picture look like? And what's interesting with working with us is we usually do annual agency agreements with our clients. And the reason why is because we don't want to put pressure on them to try to buy or sell within a short period of time, because if it doesn't make sense, it's not going to work. And also, we want an excuse to continue working with them. A lot of our clients will renew and ask to renew their agency, even if they're not looking to buy or sell. And the reason is we're looking at, okay, can you refinance? A lot of our homeowners have a ton of equity. So working with you guys and saying, hey, what if we do a cash out refi or a HELOC or whatever and roll into investment property? And so at the end of the day, if you haven't bought now, it's kind of like a lot of people will say, oh, I wish I would have bought last year, right? Because a lot of us are sitting on over $100,000 of equity in our homes. And the reality is, if it was right for them last year, they would have done it. And so you can't kick yourself over that. But you can use that as motivation to not allow it to happen to you again in the future. And at the end of the day, if you're meeting your immediate goals, if you're living your dreams, and that's why Brick by Brick is founded on Your Dreams Matter, then it doesn't matter what the market looks like, because at the end of the day, you're reaching kind of that next step, and we're building it brick by brick.
Like that. Love how you got that in.
I see a window.
I like that. Yeah,
Here we go.
I like that. Well, okay, so let's say we have somebody that's now, okay, yeah, I do want to buy, but I've heard about people making multiple offers, 30 different offers, and never getting a home. How are you guys tackling that problem? Because that is a problem right now.
Sure.
As you're competing. What makes you different to help get your clients' offers accepted, I guess, there.
When you say that, I'm like, oh, game on. Let's go. So I think the experience side is definitely going to play a huge role. knowing how to communicate with listing agents, and just the overall process. So I've been on the listing side, and I'll have multiple offers, and it's very easy to see kind of the experience level of who's on the other side of the table. And at the end of the day, you're representing your client. You want them to get the highest and best offer, right? And you're doing the best of your ability to do that. But when it's competitive, a lot of the time you have offers that are apples to apples, right?
Sure.
And so what are the distinguishing factors that are going to put you above and beyond when you are at your max, you're offering the most that you can do? What's the difference there?
Yep.
And a lot of it's going to come down to your real estate agent. I've been able to put my clients into first position opportunities because of the rapport and the relationship I was able to create with the other agent on the other side of the table, giving them the confidence that it's going to go through, and having a great lending partner. That is huge in this area now, because if you need to do a quick close, you can get yourself in really sticky situations if your lending partner is promising things that aren't deliverable. Sometimes you need a rush appraisal, sometimes you need to do X, Y, and Z, and so having the right team behind you is going to put you in the best situation. Is it going to guarantee you absolutes? No, we can't say that, right? But at the end of the day, if you are going, into this, you want to make sure that, one, you have a great agent backing you, you have a great lending partner, and that you have the confidence that they're going to be able to navigate you into, different pockets. In addition to that, every, I think it's Wednesday or Thursday, we do a market analysis the first of the month. And it was so interesting last week, because according to the MLS, there's 2 contracts in my neighborhood that we're doing an evaluation on that are already under contract. But I know of 5 that are either getting ready to list, that are under contract. And so knowing and having a good agent who's local to your area, and that's what's great with Brick by Brick expanding, is we're able to put more ears to the ground. You are able to access information before it's even available. So yes, we talk about the market, but there's kind of like this under market before the market that's happening a lot just because of the housing crisis that we're in.
And I would say also having the right agent, just like Tanisia was saying, is 100% key. We were talking yesterday, and she said that the most homes she's ever shown someone before getting under contract is 8 homes.
Oh, wow.
But we try to keep it at 3 or 4, because not only is it frustrating for us as agents, we understand that it's super frustrating for the buyer, because they fall in love with home after home after home, and they just can't get it. So I think having an agent that has the goal to find a home that's right for you, but also
Sure.
win that contract, is 100% key. Because without that motivation, if you have an agent that's just doesn't care about you really, they're just going to be submitting offers after offers, and they're not going to follow up with the listing agent. They're not going to have their lender call. It really comes down to that.
Sure. On that statistic, it's not due to us not wanting to show 1,000 homes or go above and beyond. But at the end of the day, if I have a client who's seen a home, they know exactly what their mortgage is going to be. They're going to know exactly where their realms are of what they need to be competitive in order to get the home. I want to put them in a situation to where at the end of that home showing, they could say, yes, Tanisia, I want to move forward, and have a clear understanding of what that looks like, or no, this isn't right for me because it's going to push or pull things that I'm not comfortable with. And so by working with our lending partners and mapping out our plan, and again, we don't just focus on the transaction. We're not transaction oriented. We're looking at that bigger picture. So what does this home look like as a part of your retirement portfolio? What type of income can this generate for you in the future? And so in that regard, the homes that we're seeing, you don't need to see 100 homes, because you know exactly what you're looking for, and you can jump right into that.
100% agree.
Love it. So, we get a buyer, they work with you, you find them a home. Is that it? One and done? Never see them again?
No, they're stuck with me for the rest of their lives. No.
Tell me what you're doing, after the fact, as far as, marketing to these people and really, trying to keep that relationship and stuff like that.
Sure. So I am probably the most anal person you will ever meet when it comes to emails. My inbox is pristine, and anything that comes, I'm the first to unsubscribe, and so I'm very sensitive about our communication efforts and our outreach to our past clients. And in that regard, it's interesting because we'll do client appreciation events, and we do them annually. And I don't care if you haven't been technically a client. If you're someone that I know and that I have contact information for, or you're a part of our private groups, like, we want to see you there. We want to foster that relationship. Doing the community events on a consistent basis is a great way to do that. And so we kind of have different areas where our clients can opt in for. It's like, do you want home values? Great, we can sign you up for HomeBot, and that can be a way that you can keep track of what your mortgage looks like. Do you want to look at investment properties? Great, and so we're able to provide the information, but it's at request as far as what they want their relationship to look like. But again, it's not, hey, great, we closed, let me know when you're ready to buy or sell again. Like, it's, I'm here for you. If you have any questions, if there's any way I can support you, please let me know.
Gotcha. And Chaz, you've just kind of integrated into that, I guess, right?
100%, yeah.
Sure.
I mean, and that, I guess, goes back to your point of why you liked Brick by Brick too, right? I mean, as far as new agents go, it kind of fits in perfectly with your system, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
because I was looking for a team that was looking for the relationship over transaction.
Yeah.
Because there's too many people out there that are just looking for transactions.
Sure.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because when I first posted, I didn't realize how spammy that was. I pretty much said hey, I have so many opportunities and leads that are coming at me and I don't want to I want to make sure that they're handled properly. I like these people. I want to have a good relationship with them, but I would love for your help, right? And so I had so many people contacting me. I remember I was 2 weeks into EXP. I had 3 days booked every 30 minutes. I had over 36 people reach out who wanted to talk. And a good fraction of them were like, oh, give me your leads. I can close them. I can, and it was very aggressive. And I'm like, oh, whoa. This isn't kind of what we're looking for. And so the transition from that initial meeting to the team that we have now was those who kind of have that same foundational belief of, these aren't leads, these are real people, these are their life. Buying a home for most of us is going to be the biggest investment we ever make in our lives.
Sure.
And so having the respect for that and understanding kind of the weight that we hold in helping people not only reach their goals, but impact their lives in that way. And so I'm glad that Chaz is here because he kind of resonated with that, but it was really important for us to, take responsibility for that.
Love it. Okay. Well, I think we've heard some good stuff here. Obviously this is a great team, Brick by Brick, building your life brick by brick. You can use that in any phrase, I guess, right?
Well,
I like
that's
that.
the point, right? And it's supposed to be more applicable outside of real estate.
Yeah.
I just hated the, when you're ready to buy or sell, let me know. I hate the thing where it's why are you being nice to me? Why are you having a relationship with me? I've experienced that and I didn't like it, And so for me, it was how would I want to be marketed to? What type of relationship would I want to have? And same with the team that we built. It was, okay, if someone were to come to me, what type of team would I be willing to join? And we wrote our team contract together as a team. And I said multiple times, I'm what do you have tension with? What doesn't make sense to you? Let's make sure that this works, because I want this to be a long-lasting relationship. So the same way that I have an outward relationship with my clients is the same inward with our team. Is we want to make this last for the long run. This isn't a 50-50 split team where you're joining and it's a temporary fit until you get your feet under your ground. We want this to be a lifetime fit.
Which I think that's why you appeal to us, I guess. Again, that's kind of our philosophy, right? Is taking care of people. And I think if you can create a business where you're able to walk that line of hey, we are running a business. We are trying to make money.
Sure.
I mean, we need transactions, right? But at the same time, where it's hey, I genuinely am trying to help you too, and so we meet with lots of people that we never make a dime off of. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Just right before we met, met with a guy that just, he's trying to get residency here and stuff like that, and he's trying to figure out how to get a loan. And anyhow, he may never get a loan, right? But you're just trying to help people, right?
Sure.
I mean, that's what it comes down to, and I like that. I like your business model. I like that that's what you guys are doing.
Yeah. Well, it's actions speak louder than words, right? So you come to our website, you see what we do, and that's exactly where the funds are going. That's exactly what we're looking to build and grow. And I know agents who do very well for themselves, and they drive very fancy cars, and their priorities are wherever they may be, and great for them to be able to pursue those things.
Sure.
And with us, I know I'm not the right fit for everyone, and that's completely fine.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if someone wants to work with us, that's a two-way street. That's an agency agreement where they want to work with us, And we're always happy to, work with those who want to establish that relationship.
Sure.
But you can definitely see that through what we're founded on and what we do on a consistent basis, it supports what our mission is and the purpose of our company.
Love it. Okay. Well, thank you, Chaz, Tanisia, for being on our
Thank you.
podcast here today. And subscribe, like us on Facebook, all those things, so you can see us again. So thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.